I'm Mark Saunders, and I'm a 10-year prostate cancer survivor, and I'm here with my dog, BB the Wonder Dog, and we're here to talk about surviving prostate cancer and what that's all about. I'm going to go through a little bit of a story with you about my recent PSA scare. I had my PSA go up by a full point. And normally over the course of the last 10 years, my PSA has bounced around between 1.8 and 2.5, and that's sort of been my normal. All of a sudden, I got a PSA of 3.6, and I freaked. I hit the wall, I was frightened, I was scared, and all the feelings that happened when I was initially diagnosed with prostate cancer came back. It was like, oh no. And so the point of this video is to help you get through that oh no period with relative ease and calm. The other thing I should add is that I'm an active surveillance patient, so I didn't have radiation, surgery, or cryotherapy. I basically made a ton of lifestyle changes, and here I am today, cancer-free. The first point I want to make is to slow down, and you do that by remembering to breathe. The first thing that happens to anyone when we get scared is we stop breathing. We go into that fight or flight mentality, and we shut down. If you want to come through a prostate cancer diagnosis or a prostate cancer scare with grace, the easiest way to do it is to just practice taking 5 deep breaths. The beauty of this is you can do this at your desk, you can do this on the bus, you can do it on a train, you can do it while you're sitting in your car before you start driving. It doesn't matter. Those 5 deep breaths take your nervous system out of that anxious, fearful place into a calm, more relaxed place where you can start making good decisions and you can start taking care of yourself. The second point I want to make is feel your feelings. And for a lot of guys, that's hard to do. We've been trained not to do that. We have this rugged individualist mythos in the American consciousness that says, you know, big boys don't cry and stiff upper lip and all that. Well, it's not going to get you where you want to go here. So what I want you to think about is marrying the idea of breath with feeling your feelings. So essentially what you're doing is you're breathing yourself through feelings of being frightened or overwhelmed or anything like that. And once you do that, then you have a vehicle for sort of leaving this pent-up energy by the side of the road. And you may have to do it 100 times a day, and it really doesn't matter. It's just keep breathing, keep feeling, and just keep letting it go. When you do that, you'll find you manage your nervous system better, and you can make great decisions. Basically, the third point that I want to make sounds like it contradicts the second one, to feel your feelings, but it actually doesn't. Sometimes feeling your feelings gets into the land of overwhelming, and that's where the fears and the anxieties take over, and you just sort of become incapacitated. Along with those are also feelings of suicide, and at the bottom of the screen right now, you're going to see a number, which is the National Hotline for Suicide Prevention. If you're feeling suicidal, call that number and don't even hesitate. When I was initially diagnosed with prostate cancer, I was a wreck for about 3 weeks. And for about a week of that, I was feeling suicidal. And I needed help, and I got it. And it made the difference. It's part of why I'm here today. Essentially, committing suicide would be like joining cancer's team. Cancer's trying to take you out. And if you decide to kill yourself, well, then you just become the biggest cheerleader for cancer ever. So don't do it. You got plenty to live for. Your life is valuable, or you wouldn't be here. So if feelings become overwhelming, go get help. Call a suicide prevention number, call a therapist, call a counselor, call a religious advisor, call somebody, talk to a friend, a family member, someone you love, somebody you care about. It really doesn't matter who you call, but the key is to keep yourself alive. One of the most important things you can do is to reach out to the people who love and care about you. When I was first diagnosed with prostate cancer, I was a hot mess for about 2 weeks. When my emotions finally calmed down, I got on the phone and I called everybody, friends, family members, old counselors, even the minister of the church I was going to. And I let people come to me, and I let people hang out with me on their own terms, and it was great. Sometimes I organized events like having people over for dinner, we watched movies or sports. Sometimes we went for bike rides or just hikes like this. And it was really important, because what happens is you realize how much people care about you and how much your friends and your family matter to you. Sometimes we talked about prostate cancer, but most of the time it was just hanging out. One of the most important things was the minister of the church I was going to put together a healing ceremony where about 35 of my best friends came and put hands on me and told me how much they love me. It was invaluable, because really what's important is a sense of community. The more you can create a sense of community and maintain that, even while you're stressing out about what's going on with your body, is really important, because everything happens in community. My fifth and final point is to return to your routine. So it doesn't really matter what that routine is and whether you do it by yourself or with other people. It could be running triathlons, or it could be knitting, it could be stamp collecting, photography, rock climbing. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do and whomever you do it with, that's what you need to reconnect with. Go back and start your life over again. From that point, your nervous system will slow down and you'll start thinking clearer and you'll start making better decisions, because that's what this is really all about, is making the best decisions for you. So with a clear mind and an easy conscience, you can make a really great treatment option decision or just simple life changes. So I'm going to go back to my routine and go get a cup of coffee. Be well.